Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is First Impressions Friday and I have a set of pencils for us to look at today. These are the Arrtx 72 colors colored pencil set. They are a wax based pencil and they're pretty. They come in this box. It's quite sturdy. Nothing moves in it, so you don't worry too much about your pencils. They are named and numbered, so let's find one that has a good ability to be seen on camera. So I'm going to switch it over to the close-up. So they do have the Arrtx colored pencils, and they've got a cute little star, and they've got cute little stars all the way down them, which is adorable. And then they have the number here, which is AT0099, and black. So on the swatch chart while we're swatching, you'll notice this number and then the color name. So it is fairly small, so if you have troubles with your eyes, you may have difficulty reading the names and numbers and may have to put in just a little number dot or something so that you can see what they are. They're a 72 set pencil set, and they have a fairly good range of colors. We're going to do the swatch, and then we will take a closer look at the pencils themselves. All right, so grab your coffee, sit back, relax, and we're going to hit that swatch button. I'll be right back. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. So it's only 72 colors, so it shouldn't have taken too long, and hopefully everybody is back from getting their cup of coffee. All right, so we have 72 colored pencils here, and as you can see, we have a good range of yellows into those light tanny brown tones. We've got a really good range of blues, even some really nice, really light blues here, and some lighter aquatic colors as well. Then we go into our peach tones and into our oranges and then into our red tones and then into our pink tones not as many purples as I would like, but there's still quite a few. The ultramarine, I would actually have put it up here, but that's just me. I did not rearrange this swatch. The only things that I did move in the swatch were the black or the silver, gold, and black. Those are the only ones that I moved. Everything else is exactly the way it came in the box. Oh, and the white. So everything else is exactly the way it came in the box. It has a fantastic set of greens and a really good set of browns. Like I said, some of the light tannier brands are up here in the yellow section. And then we have our grays. And our grays are very reminiscent of the Prismacolor grays, where it's 20% cool gray and warm gray, 50% cool gray, 70%, that sort of thing. And then we have two metallic colors here, and they are actually kind of metallic. Let's take a look at the shine. I'll switch it over here to the close-up camera so you can see a bit of the shine there. Maybe. There you go. So there is a pretty good shine on those. And then, of course, our black. So, pretty good range of colors. And they laid down quite smoothly doing the swatch. So we're going to do our testing. So we've got our test areas here. So this one is for water. This one is smudge. This is try 3-color gradient. And this is rainbow. And then we have our blender and white. Okay, so we will do these tests here. And let's start with, so I'm going to use lemon yellow for this because it's one of the closest to pure yellow. So we've got lemon yellow, and they lay down quite smooth. Doesn't take a lot to fill the wheel. There's not a lot of dusting, which is really good. Then we're going to use True Blue, which, because, just because it's called True Blue. So I hope everybody has had a wonderful week and is excited for a Friday. Tomorrow we have a bit of a treat for you. Tomorrow, after stream, we will be going to a very good art store. I have never been there before, so it'll be a treat for me too. We're doing a field trip. So we're going to go to the art store. It's called the Merry Artist store. And it was told to me about, the person that told me about it is Ashley from Ashley Colors. And she's jelly. But what we will be doing is we will be, because I don't know about broadcasting from inside the store on a recorded broadcast without permission. That might not be allowed. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to turn our phones on in Discord. And we're going to actually hang out in Discord while we go shopping. So we will see how that goes. Alright, so I've got the water down and the smudge. Just going to grab my water brush here. Make sure that I brush off any remnants. There wasn't a lot of dusting, so I don't think there's any dust. And then we're going to go over it with the water brush. Just going to make sure I got some water on there. Yeah, no movement. Ooh, the blue has a bit of movement. Quite a bit of movement. The yellow did not move. However, the blue and the red, they do move quite a bit with water. So when you're using your water-based products over top of your colored pencils with this set, make sure that you blend it first. Use your blender pencil and create that barrier before you use your watercolor medium on it. All right, let's try our smudge test. I'm going to make sure that my hands are dry. Ooh, red smudge. Yellow not so much. And blue not so much. But the red definitely smudged. Not horrible, just make sure that you're careful when you run your hands across it, that you're not running your hands over an area that has a heavy layer of pencil. Again, this can be avoided by using your blender pencil. So we're going to do a 3-color progression here. So I've got Parma Violet, Lilac, and Violet. I'm going to start with the lilac. And I'm just putting down a couple of layers, extending it out for the next color to blend into. And we're going in with the Parma Violet. And then we're going in with the violet. So they do blend together quite nicely. Just going to go over that a little bit with the, just going to fill in the white spot a bit. Just so we can see that blend a little bit better. This is really toothy paper, so lots of layers. Alright, so they do blend quite nicely into a 3-color progression, which is awesome. Now we're going to do our rainbow. So we're going to start with our red. And this is crimson red. And then we're going to go into our yellow, which is lemon yellow. And then we're going to go into our blue, which of course is true blue. And then we're going to take our yellow, get that nice green color. And fill in our red. So we are getting a progression of red to orange, from yellow to green into the blue. So it does do a rainbow progression quite nicely, as you can see, which is great. Alright, so we're going to take a couple of other colors here. Let's take these two here because they're pretty. So we're going to take these two pretty colors here. So we've got a light aqua and the jade blue. And we're going to blend these two together. And we're going to use the Caran d'Ache blender stick to eliminate the white spot and to complete the blend. And then I'm using a very light touch on these pencils. My hand is way at the back of the pencil, and I'm just using the side of the pencil here. Okay. Now with the Caran d'Ache blender, you do have to make sure that you have enough pigment on the page. Otherwise the blender will just pick up the pigment and just scrape it off instead of moving it around. So as you can see, the blender is moving that pigment around. It's not just peeling it off. There's a little bit of peeling there in the very light areas. Alright, so definitely works well with the blender. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it the opposite direction. We're going to do the dark first. Now this is going to be with the white pencil. So it is going to dull the color down quite a bit using the white pencil. So I'm going to add a little bit more pigmentation to the page. Of course, the Caran d'Ache blender is a colorless blender, so it's not going to dull down your colors. It may even brighten them up a little bit. Alright, now we've got our white. And we're just going to bring those colors together. Have a bit of dust from the white. Moving some of that pigment. So it does blend them. And the thing with the white is you can go over it a little bit. Like say this area here where I find that I have not enough pigment, or I find that the color is too lightened, I can go over that with the colored pencil. You can do the same thing with your Caran d'Ache blender too, as long as you don't press too hard and burnish the page. If you've burnished the page, you won't get any extra ability to add more color. But if you just blend it, you can still add some color to it. And these seem to be just building up that color, no problem. You can also do quite a heavy hand and still get that blend. You can mash them. So they do respond very much like a Prismacolor pencil. Now let's talk cost. This set is $29.99. It does have a 10% off coupon, but I haven't incorporated that into the base price because those coupons disappear. So with 72 pencils at $29.99, it does work out to be 42 cents a pencil, which is really good for a budget pencil. They do work very, very well with your blending, with your rainbows, with your 3-color gradients. and that sort of thing. So let's color with them and see how they do in an actual coloring. So as you know, at the bottom of my swatch charts, we've got some little pictures to color. So I'm going to start on this one here with some pinks. Oh, I'm sorry about the breathiness. For some reason, I'm out of breath today. I'm going to move you back a little bit so you don't hear it so much. All right. So we're going to start with blush pink, and we're going to do a light to dark gradient. So we're going to start off with the blush pink on this flower. And then we're going to blend it with the light. So yeah, I hope everybody will join us after stream. It'll take about an hour and a half to get to where we're going, and then we will be in Discord. So give us about 2 hours, and if you see us in Discord, pop on in. You may get a treat. You get to take a look at a craft store, art store here in Oregon. All right, so we've got our blush pink down. Now we're going to go in with our pink. And we're just going to extend that out. Leaving that blush pink in our lighter areas. Where we want that highlight to be. Now I have not sharpened these yet, so I will sharpen them just so you can see how they sharpen. They do come pre-sharpened, and I'm not having any problem with any sort of buildup on them from the manufacturing process. So they don't seem to have been dipped. They're really smooth. There's no scratch whatsoever so far. And they just lay right on top of each other, blend right in, which is great. So far, just really impressive. I did purchase these before I noticed everybody else was purchasing them. I've been keeping my eye on the Arrtx markers, and with doing markers in April, I was watching the price of them to see if they would go down at all. And as I was watching them, I noticed they had a set of colored pencils, and I went, ooh, colored pencils. Because we all know that I am addicted to colored pencils, and any ones that I don't have make my eyes go sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. And I did not have these. And then I saw, after I purchased them, that Karen Valentin has also been blessed with these lovely pencils. And she has been posting all sorts of things, including a discount that she had available for a short time. I don't know if that's still available, but yeah, so it's been really cool to watch other people using them. I have not watched anyone else's reviews. I don't watch other people's reviews until I have already done my own, because I don't want somebody else's opinion tainting mine. Just because I have a tendency to incorporate other people's thoughts into my own and go, oh yeah, yeah, you're right there. But if I do that with it when I'm reviewing a product, I don't feel sometimes that I'm being 100% me in my review. This is looking so nice. I'm really surprised at how well these pencils are blending together. I'm using I think 110, no, I think this one's a 60. Yeah, 67-pound cardstock. And it's a bit of a toothy cardstock. But oh my goodness, are they ever blending nice. Alright, let's keep going. Okay. Of course, tomorrow is a live stream. Oh, that was another thing I was going to tell you about. YouTube has come out with a new ability for you as viewers to support your favorite artists and YouTube channels with a super chat in the chat on a recorded video. So if you find any videos that you enjoy, any YouTube content creators that have it available to them and active, you should be able to send a super chat, which can be monetized. It has a monetized value. So basically, you know, say you're going to donate $10, you can do it as a super chat and have that that availability on a recorded instead of just on a live stream, which is really cool, especially for monetized channels that use your funds for things like prizes, shipping of your prizes, things like that. And of course, all monetization of the channel goes back into the channel. So, anything that I give away or anything that I purchase for the channel, I do with the monetization of the channel. So it all goes back to you guys. And I, of course, always appreciate your guys' support. So don't feel that it is a requirement. It is not. I'm just letting you know that that availability is there if you so choose to use it. These are blending really, really nicely together. I am really enjoying the laydown of these pencils. They work like the Prismas, but they don't. I'm not finding the buildup that I find with a Prisma. I'll have to watch it for wax bloom and see if I end up with any wax bloom from them. I don't see any on the swatch itself, but I will keep an eye out for it. I think I want to get a little bit more adventurous here before I completely burnish it. Just going back with the other colors, I'm using the pink over top of the magenta and blending that in. And then I'll use the blush pink over top of that. And then in this highlight area here, I think I'm going to take a bit of yellow. So let's add a bit of yellow to that. Let's go with some lemon yellow. Just add a bit and see how well it builds it up. Oh yeah, that built it up nice. So you can, I've added 7 layers now to this flower petal, and I can definitely add more, which is really good. They just layer really, really nicely on top of each other. I like it. And we'll put some yellow here in the middle. Yeah, I think they're very nice. Very, very nice. So that's a 4-color blend there, and it, like I said, I could easily added more color. And like I said, they are only 42 cents a pencil. And I think we will be using them for some of Molly May, that's for sure. Maybe we'll do our first picture in them. I've also got the Colleens that we need to use. And then my poor Colleens. I've got them for Christmas and I've only used them once to swatch. Ay, ay, ay. My poor Colleens. And then we're going to just add a touch of yellow down in the center area here. Alright. Oh, and I was going to let you know I finished the dragons in Discord yesterday. So the dragons that I was working on yesterday afternoon, I finished in Discord yesterday evening. So I will show that to you before we end today as well. Okay. This one's a little different because it's underneath, showing the underneath of the plant. So because this petal is in front of this petal, I'm going to get a shadow from that petal. There we go. And I haven't sharpened these yet at all either, so I'm working with the tip that the manufacturer sharpened into the pencil, and it's working out really nicely. You know, you get a set of pencils that are really nice and you don't want to sharpen them. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Don't want to sharpen it because then it'll be all gone. I may have to buy a replacement set of these. They are not open stock as far as I know, but definitely worth a look for the hobby colorist here. I don't believe they are light fast or anything like that. I will take a look on their website and that sort of thing and see if they are. I'm not seeing a light fast rating here, but I will take a look and find out. And we're just going to put a bit of yellow on the edges here. Of the light coming through. Alright, I'll switch over to the main camera here so you can see what I've done and see how well it blends together. It's going to zip you down just a little. There you go. So as you can see, it blended together really well just with the pencils, which is awesome. I'm going to take a look at the website here and we'll see if they say anything about light fast. Because, you know, that is something that people do ask about. Now, with them not being waterproof, okay, so it does say that they are a light fast artist grade pigments. They have vibrant colors and high light fastness. Okay. Has 70 colors plus 2 metallics. Yeah, we sell that. Has a 3.8 millimeter lead. So it's almost a 4 millimeter lead. Okay, so they say that you can layer at least 5 layers without slipping, which is cool. Yeah, very lovely, lovely set of pencils. The box themselves, the box that it comes in, it is a little bit loose once you start taking pencils out. I would not suggest keeping them in the box. However, they do store nicely in the box once you get them all back in there. What else was I going to tell you about them? So, yeah, wonderful range of colors, blend beautifully into each other. I can layer many, many different layers. Let's do this one here in some oranges so that you can see that variation of color as well. So I need orange. Go figure. A little bit of pale vermilion. And I think we're going to use beige as our undertone here. It should be this one here. Yep. Again, fully sharpened only by the company. Let's switch back over to the close-up camera here. And I think I'm going to sharpen these just to show you how well they sharpen. Okay, let's use a different sharpener because that one does not like these pencils. Sometimes you get a sharpener that doesn't like pencil. So sharpen quite nice. Like I said, they are a really, really thick core. They are almost an 8 millimeter size pencil. They seem to have a bit of a hard wood, but they sharpen quite nicely to a nice heavy fine point. And as you saw with me using them as a right out of the box, you can easily get a really good coverage. even into those smaller spaces with a blunter tip to these pencils. Again, we're going to start from light to dark. So we're starting off with the beige. All right. And then we're going to add our orange. Like so. And just build that color up. You can squish it together if you want to, because these pencils do give you that ability. And when we come to the end of the area, we will probably do that with the beige tone. But until then, I don't want to squish it. Because I want to make sure that it's going to get the color on the page. It's just my own insecurities. But like I said, I was able to layer a good 4 different colors in about 7 layers on that other one without any issues at all. And I could probably still add more color too, which is great. All right. Just going to extend this out a little. Just because I know I'm going to have to come in here with the heaviest color, which is, well, that was the heaviest color. Oops. So that was the pale vermilion. I grabbed the wrong one. So I'm just going to come out with the orange. And just extend it from the pale vermilion. Now I want the majority of this flower to be orange, except for, of course, our highlight areas, which I want to have that beige color. Like so. And then we're going to go over it with the beige. Just blending it all together. And the beige has a bit of an orange undertone. So when you blend it all together, it gives you that a little bit of a orange undertone. A really, really pale light orange, which gives the highlight a nice color. Now I'm putting a little bit more pressure on the beige and just mushing all of those colors together. Making them all smoosh, as Tammy says. It's smushing. It's smushing good. Then we're going to use our lemon yellow for our pollen areas here. Like so. Now if I wanted to, and I found that there wasn't quite enough smooshing going on there, and there was a couple of areas that didn't blend the way I wanted them to, of course I can definitely take the blender pencil here and just move them all together and smush them down like that. Now what that's going to do is one of two things, well, several things. A, it's going to mash everything together and combine them to make that blend. B, it's going to put that heavy wax coat over top of your page, over top of your area, and I'll show you why here in just a second. Just going to make sure I get everything on this covered with the blender. So I did this area here with the blender. It is actually, let's just do it on the back. Because, why not? I'm going to do this red area with the Caran d'Ache, like that. And I'm just going to do the red. Dust any and all bits off. Then take our water brush. And as you can see, it doesn't move. You can even put a drop of water on it, and it just doesn't move. And that's because the wax from the Caran d'Ache blender has sealed that pigment to the page. So you're not moving with water and that sort of thing. So if you were to decide that you want to add a water-based color over top of that, you can do so after doing your blending, if that makes sense. Okay, so we've got some orange done, we've got some pink done, and I think this last one here, we're going to actually do a bit of red and pink. Maybe red and purple. Ooh, yeah, let's do some red and purple, just because it's a different color. So we're going to take the lilac, and we're going to lay our lilac down. We'll probably end up adding a little bit of that magenta as well. Alright, so there's our lilac. And then we're going to take our crimson red. We're just going to push that in there. Those little flicks, just building that color up. The reason why I'm doing little flicks is because this is a very, very small area. And I'm going from a very tight space there. Now we're going to take the magenta and we're just going to bring it down a little off the red. Like so. And then we're going to take our purple again. And we're just going to blend that all together. Like that. And this one here, we're going to blend with our white. Just to tone down some of those colors a little bit. Now, if you find that your white takes over your black areas, just go back over them with the black. It's fine. I'm actually going to go over them with a little bit of dark red. So this one's Crimson Leg. I'm just going to go around the edges here, put that definition back into the flower. So as you can see, even burnishing it with the white pencil, I'm still able to add definition and color back onto this picture. which is looking really awesome. Alright, so there is a mixture of different colors that aren't typically mixed together. Some reds, some pinks, some purples, and some white. We've got our oranges, and we've got our pinks with a little bit of yellow. Once again, we did our testing here. They are not water resistant until you seal them in. Once you seal them in, they are water resistant. They are not smudge proof until you seal them in, and then they're smudge proof. They do a 3-color gradient blend very nicely. They do a rainbow blend. They do work well with the blender, as well as blending with themselves and the white. So all of these are a pass. This is a fail. They are only 42 cents a pencil. The website does say that they are light fast. They are a 3.8 millimeter core and a 7.8 millimeter, I think is what it said, pencil. So all the way around is a 7.8 millimeter. They are very pretty. They are very highly pigmented. They're very smooth. And they are named and numbered, which is awesome. What else can I say? There's 72 pencils. 70 of the colors are colors. 2 are metallic, so equals 72 pencils. Other than that, you know, they are a very, very lovely set of pencils. And I will be using them more and getting a better idea and a better feel for them as the month goes on. And the next time I use them, you know, I'll use them on a full picture so that it gives us a little bit more of a balanced information on how they work. Yeah, other than that, guys, I would definitely recommend them. They are, you know, a good balanced set. They're not heavy in any area. They look a little heavy in the yellows, but that's just because they've placed the tan browns, the light browns, up here in the yellows. It comes in a cute little box. And I'll show you the one problem that I do see with the cute little box. This is the problem. When you take pencils out, the other pencils fall forward. So you don't know where your pencils go back to until you take them all out or move them all around and flop them all around. There's 2 lines of pencil holder. So this line back here is separate from this line here. So anything that you take out of the front line, the back, the first 2 rows are going to be loose. Anything you take out of the back line, the back 2 rows are going to be loose. So keep that in mind when you're taking pencils out of your case, that your pencils are going to move a little bit. So when you're putting your pencils back in, you may not be putting them in the right place. Now, if you tip them forward like this, it makes it a little bit easier, but that's only if it's come out of the first row. So anything that, like if I took out this one here, this pencil here would flop forward. Like those flop backwards. So maybe just tipping it forward just a little bit. I would definitely suggest a pencil holder or a pencil bag. But if you're going to take your time with them and just store them for a little while, definitely can use your pencil box. It is sturdy and does cover them very nicely. And once all the pencils are in, they don't move anywhere. So definitely a nice box to store your pencils in. But if for a constant use, I would definitely take them out and put them in a pencil holder or something that makes it easier to put them all back in order. But that's just me because I like everything in exact order when I put them back. So, all right, guys. With that being said, I think that they make a lovely set of pencils. Definitely would suggest that it be something that you look into purchasing, especially while they're still on sale. If you are in my Discord, you would have seen the post that I posted the other day from Heather Valentin about the discount that she has available. And yeah, hopefully, if you do purchase them, let me know how well you enjoy them and that sort of thing. And like I said, throughout the month, I will be using these off and on different Molly Harrison colorings because we're going into May, and May is Molly May 2022. So we will be coloring the pictures from the Molly Harrison collections. All right, guys, with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this information. You have found it useful and, at least educational. If you do, like I said, if you do purchase these pencils, leave me a message. Let me know how you like them on the comment section below the video. Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And now, because YouTube has lovingly increased our availabilities for our super chats, you can now do that in message on the comment section of videos. So feel free to do so and see what happens. All right, guys, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Until next time, bye-bye for now.